So the last topic in WebDriver, that is actions class. So actions class is mainly used for mouse and keyboard actions. How can you perform on web page elements? So you want to send a keyboard keys to the web page. How can you send? Suppose I want to send a tab key, or I want to send a control C or control V or enter key or backspace, any key you want to apply on the web page elements. How can you do that? So if you want to perform that, we have a actions class. So actions class is mainly used to perform the mouse and keyboard actions. So this is available in org.openhere.selenium.interactions package. So in this package, this class is created. Actions is the class name. So this class has a lot of methods provided. Each method will perform different tasks. So we'll understand what is each method and what action you want to perform and what type of method you need to use. We'll see that. So first, if you want to use these class methods, you need to create object for this actions class. So this class has a parameterized constructor. So that parameterized constructor, so you have to use while creating object for this actions class. And first method is click method. So click method, it will perform the click action wherever mouse is available. So wherever mouse is available. And there is one more click method. So web element. So this is going to perform click action on the given element. That's a click action with parameter, without parameter. So this is the click action, how we can perform. Next, we have a click and hold method. Click and hold method. So click and hold method basically clicks without releasing at the current mouse location. So it just clicks without releasing at the current mouse location. It won't release. And it will just holds it. So that's the click and hold. The meaning itself, very clear. The method name itself is filling. Okay, click and hold it. Don't release. So there is a method with parameters, without parameters. This is without parameters. This is with parameters. If you give click and hold with parameter, that will going to hold the element. It won't release. So there is one more method, context click. Without parameter, context click with parameter. So basically context click is mainly used for performing the right click operation. So now you can perform the right click operation here, right? So this is a right click operation. So you'll get a context menu. To get this, you need to use a context click method. How to perform a right click operation in Selenium? If anybody asks you, you have to tell actions class context click method. Context click web element. So it will perform the right click operation on the given element. If you don't pass the element or parameter, that will be where mouse is available. There it will perform the right click operation. But if you perform the operation on particular element, then it will perform right-click operation on the element. Next, double click. So you can perform the double click operation at the current mouse location. So you can perform the double click operation on the given element. That's a double click without parameters, double click with parameters. Drag and drop. Web element source, web element target. Drag and drop. Web element source, web element target. So this is the drag and drop method. So it's a convenient method, performs click and hold at the location of the source element, moves to the location of the target element, then releases. See here in this, if you read this carefully, this method has three methods. This method inside, three methods combination. Three methods combination is this drag and drop simple method. So if you read here, see that. Performs the click and hold at the location of source element. So for this step, what is the method you need to use?
Click and hold.
Click and hold method is itself, statement itself, it is there. Very struggling. And moves to the location of the target element. Moves to the location of the target element. So there is one more method, move. So move to element method is there. That move to element method, just move the cursor to the specified element. Moves the cursor to the specified element, then releases the mouse. So here it is click and hold, right? And then it is moving to the target element. There you release it. So that is this drag and drop method. There is a drag and drop by web element source. See, target is a x coordinate and y coordinate. How can you get x and y coordinates of an element? How can you get x and y coordinates of an element? All beginning class methods. It's nowhere new. Everything is from the beginning classes. And if you don't read beginning class methods, no use. Beginning class methods only you have to read. Okay. So the source element is moved to this given xy coordinate. And key down method. See, key down. And you are specifying which key you want to press it. Then it won't release. It just presses the key. It won't release. If you want to release, you need to call key up. Key up method. Key down will press the key. Key up will release that key. You have to specify which key you want to release. Whatever the key you press it, that key only you release it. So that's the key down and key up methods. Key up, keys dot key name. So there is another key down with web element, keys dot key name. See, you can see all these methods are overloaded. What is overloading? I already told you. So a class contains multiple methods with the same name, but parameter list is different. Here parameter count is different. Parameter count is different. So that's the key down and key up methods. And move by offset. Move by offset. So move by offset means you can move the cursor to given x coordinate and y coordinate. To given x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay. And last one, very important, if you want to handle menus, you can use move to element. So move to element method will move the cursor to the given element. Move to element. And to move to element, and just cursor will be moved to this element. Mainly this is used when you want to handle menus. So there are menus right in the web pages. If you want to handle those menus, you are going to use move to element method. Next method is perform method. This is the crucial. Every method after, you need to chain this perform method. Chain means what? One after the other, right? Same way you have to give here also. So first object reference dot method name dot this perform. So at the end of the your action, perform method must be called. Otherwise your action won't be finished properly. That's a perform method mandatory for each action class method. Next, release method. So release method will it just releases the depressed left mouse button. So the current mouse will be released. So when you use a click and hold, you have to use release method. So release method also overloaded. Overloaded. Why overloading? I am saying same class, method names are different. Sorry, method names are same, but parameters are different. That is the method overloading concept. And next we have a send keys method. So send keys is another method, and you can send the keys to any element of the web page. That's a send keys method. Okay. So how to use these methods? If you want to use these methods, first create object for actions class. First create object for actions class. Next. Then suppose you created object for the actions class. Actions act equal to new actions of driver. So why we pass this driver parameter? This is a constructor, parameterized constructor. That's why we are giving a driver argument. Okay. Then object reference dot method name dot perform method. So perform method is mandatory. Perform method is mandatory. So there is one more build method. So the build method is when you can use build method is if you want to perform multiple actions on the element, same element, to build all the actions, different methods used, then so build method will be used. On top of that build, you have to call perform method again. So build method returns a action object. So action is an interface. Actions is a class. Both are different. And this reference dot perform method. Then what this build method will do, what this perform method will do. See, action dot method 1, dot method 2, dot method 3, and so on. You can call n number of method chaining. Then you call build method. So what this meaning is, it will initialize all these methods and perform method will finish the task. So that's the perform method means. Okay, so that's all. Let's go and now practice the programs. So let me show you the programs here. jQuery.ui.com. So this is the website we are using, and you have a droppable. So can you see this is the source, this is the target. So you have to bring the source and release it the target. That's a simple test case. Even you can do this. There's nothing, right? So you can just pass this URL, open this web application with a driver.get of this URL, and then so this is the iframe. So this is in the iframe. You can see that. Can you see here iframe? So iframe inside, these elements are there. Without identifying the internal frame and switch to it, these elements are not identified. Okay, so that's the droppable. Just is the source element. You're dragging to the target, release there. Same way we have draggable. So that draggable is you don't have a destination where to drop this. These are movable, but where to drop this? So maybe you can give approximate pixels where to drop. Then you can see how it is moving. Okay. So let's go and do these two programs quickly. We can finish. And so I'll just take it from the different place because it's an easy one. We don't want to spend much time here. Drag and drop test. Drag and drop by also. By they copied. Drag and drop. So both classes are ready. Let me explain the code. First, drag and drop. Okay. So first I declared the global variables, WebDriver wait, driver, WebDriver wait, WebDriver, driver. So two variables we declared, driver comma wait. And so we can do a drag and drop. So if you want to do drag and drop, what you need to do first, you have to open the URL. So browser launching, I'm doing here. See here, @parameters, browser. So before class, always run equal to true. If browser dot equals ignore press Chrome, so launch that Chrome browser. So I'll say, and you can launch the Chrome browser, Firefox browser. And then you can launch the Edge browser. This is the Chrome, Firefox, Edge browsers. And so you can maximize the window. You can add an implicit weight. You can add an explicit weight. Okay. So after class. So after class, you know already, just cleaning up the browser. So before class and after class common. And now test method. So the test method is open the URL and wait for the page title, assert it, and then identify the iframe web element. Identify the iframe web element. So driver dot find element by dot class name demo frame. So driver dot switch to method dot frame of. So this iframe, pass it here. So it will switch to that iframe. So individually also you can do that. Or you can reuse the methods also. Okay, so now you are in the inside the iframe. Now identify the source element. Identify the target element. Web element source equal to driver dot find element by dot id draggable. So web element target equal to driver dot find element by dot id droppable. So now you can see source and target is identified. Now we need to create a actions class method. So actions act equal to actions of driver and act dot click and hold. So click and hold, what it will do, you know already. It will just hold the given element. Perform method, just perform this action on the element. Okay. And then act dot move to element, target, perform. Act dot move to element. So because it moves to the target. And then release the cursor in this target. And perform on that element this release action. So that's all about how to write. First you should understand the scenario, what you want to do. So what is expectation? Manual. So just maybe you can use this three methods combination, or you can use only this simple method drag and drop. So I'll show you with both, and let me create an XML file for this. Let me create an XML file for this. So this hours, yeah. So drag and drop test, right click. How to create an XML file? Right click, test.ng, convert to test.ng. So I'm going to give a soup name, actions. So test name, actions. And so this one is so test.ng. This is the one. So actions test.ng.xml. Okay, so let's run. So we have here actions, right? It's three actions. So we have to give browser. Let's give to the browser. So parameter, white game packages. Parameter name is browser. So parameter count value is. So which browser you want to run? Chrome. Right click. So run as test.ng suite. See that? Did a drag and drop. Same you can do. Let's go and only use the method. Instead of these three methods, I'm going to use only drag and drop. I'll just put this. And then, so drag and drop. See actions class object dot drag and drop. Okay, so done. Same way, we can do drag and drop by. So let me show you first. Scenario I have shown you, right? Drag and drop by. So drag and drop by is almost similar. Just instead of web element, you are passing X and Y coordinates. That's it. See here at the rate test. So open the URL and title will be verified and switch to the iframe. And so once you identify the element, so you can maybe mention, so which element it is a drag and drop. So that element, source element, is only available in the drag and drop. And so actions class create object, and then actions dot click and hold. So actions dot so you can use a drag and drop by to pass the source X and Y coordinates, or you can pass like this also. Okay, so then click and hold, move by offset to release, perform. That's the simple thing how to do that. Then include this test case. Include this test case in the actions.test. So I'm going to write a class tag. So test ng programs dot, so this one, drag and drop by test. If you want, you can comment this because we are short of time. I'll just do this. I don't want to run all of them. I'll just run only one. Okay. So let's run this suit file. So you run as a test ng suit only you will get if you're running a bunch of test case or XML suit files. Oh, so it got failed. What is the reason? Reason for failure, we need to see that. So you'll get a nice exception. So org.testng pro exception cannot find class in class path. Testng programs drag and drop by test. Let's see why this is drag and drop by test. We need to resolve this exception. Let's see how can I get. This is the logs we call. So these are the logs, you need to look at them. So where is the mistake? Test ng programs. Just so let me save this. Run as a test ng test.
But class name, sir, class name spelling mistake is there. TEST.
TEST, yeah.
Yes, is this not class name, sir? XML file.
XML files.
Test ng
Yeah,
test ng
class name
programs
test
dot
ng.
TEST.
Oh, okay. Test ng program. Okay, package name is wrong.
Yes.